Hey everyone, thanks for listening, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok at Brick Wall Cinema. Have a cinematic day. Welcome to Brick Wall Cinema. I'm your host Chance, and today we got Sergio with us, and we're talking today about Sonic the Hedgehog. All right, so Sergio, we're gonna do this. This is gonna be a short episode because we got things to do. Now, Sergio, tell me, what are your first impressions when you first saw Sonic the Hedgehog?
It's not the kind of movie that is usually that's made for fans or for anything really other than kids upon first watching it. Like it starts out pretty cool and seems to go really into kind of the Sonic lore, but throughout the movie there's a lot of like kid jokes and stuff that only kids from like that were born during this time, they're like really young kids would get because it has their kind of humor.
Okay. All right. I'm sort of in the same boat with you, Sergio, but more mean, more angry in a way because I remember we first saw it together on February 14th because that's when the day came out, and we were rushing from school. My grandma picked us up to go to the theater. We were already 10 minutes late. Once we were in the concession stand, I'm like, "You sure you just want to see Bad Boys 3? It's about to start." And you're like, "No, we're already here to go see Sonic. We might as well go see it." I'm like, "All right." We get in. We missed the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Yep.
And I'm pissed off. I'm like, I hate coming in with I don't know what the hell's going on. Why is he here? They never explain why there's a blue hedgehog that's just here. Is he just only a hedgehog here in this world that talks? I don't understand. And like, how come he has these rings? They never explained that when I first came in. But then watching it once I got home, like through legal routes.
You bought it.
Yeah, I bought it. I realized, oh my God, there's so much that they gave to us in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, I noticed that too upon first watching it. The intro is so quick and it drops so much. I'm like, wow, that's fast. I get that's the point with Sonic, but it is way faster than most other movies I've seen that even have like quick stuff going on.
Yeah, like we even missed a whole death, like an introduction to a character and their death in less than 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
But for the rest of the movie, I didn't like it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I did not like it when I first saw it.
The pacing was really slow.
It's not that it was slow, it was more, like you said, it was very kiddie. And also, it didn't help that I was in a theater full of kids, so no shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I had hope.
To me this feels like what everyone thought Transformers 1 was going to be about based on the trailers, and we were pleasantly surprised when we found out that it was different. And for me, I guess I felt like this was going to be like what Transformers 1 was originally, what it is, instead of what because like with the trailers, they show a bunch of action and a bunch of stuff that are happening that introduce the characters. But when you actually watch the movie, it's so oriented towards kids that grew up playing Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean, I remember audibly getting mad at when I saw Sonic flossing in this movie.
Yeah, you didn't drop that for a while.
Twice. He did it twice.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, ugh. There was a certain point in time where I didn't like any animated movies that are flossing. They did that in Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Oh,
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't stand this. This is because there are some things it's gonna be incredibly dated by the time this comes out.
yeah.
And that was one of those things. And Wreck-It Ralph came out. No, it came out before. It came out like 2 years before this movie.
Uh-huh.
And now watching it again after seeing the second movie and getting ready for the third one, I really thought it was not as bad as I thought it was before.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right. I
Yeah,
mean,
some of the jokes actually do land, actually. But there is one problem I have with the movie that I just can't seem to get over. It's the voice for Sonic.
you don't like it?
Not as much as I thought I would after the second watch. Because I grew up with Sonic and a bunch of like Sonic content, and his voice is just so jarring for me.
Wow, I actually really liked it. I thought it really fit him because
It fit him in this incarnation, but I'm just used to a different Sonic.
I could see that. Do you expect more with this voice? Do you think it should have had like a more realistic looking Sonic,
No.
like one that has like legs, like very strong legs, or
Chance.
human teeth?
Chance.
Yes,
I'm talking about like all the other incarnations that had the same voice actor.
I know, and I'm talking about the original redesign.
I know.
I was making
Everyone
a
knows
joke.
about that.
I was making a joke. You have to ruin it by explaining your part.
Ah,
Oh God, you suck.
I know.
Anyway,
Is there an actual Green Hills, Montana in
No.
Montana,
no,
or is it just made up for this movie?
it's made up for this movie.
Okay, that's another problem that some game movies based on games seem to have, where they put like just needless stuff in it just to make it resemble the game, which is kind of jarring.
I think this fits because it's not like a big populated city or anything. It's in a small place like Montana where
No,
there are a
I
lot
know
of
it
trees and
fit.
everything. Yeah.
I know it fits. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that it's a lot of things that these movies based on games do, where they put stuff in the game into either the environment or somewhere else just to make it resemble the game a little bit more.
So you don't want it to resemble the game.
It's not that I don't want it to resemble the game. It's just that it feels like they're trying to make it more resemble the game rather than what the IP is.
Okay. I honestly I have no problem with it. I actually kind of like it because they're making its own world, but in our world, but trying to mesh it to it in. Because if you know the Sonic more than I do, you know what the first level is in Sonic in the first game?
Green Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he first goes into this world, he's in Green Hill. So I thought I was like, it fits. I don't know, but yeah. Let's go into our favorite scenes.
All right then.
What was your favorite scene, Sergio?
I guess it was when the crazy Joe he first meets Sonic when in the bear traps, and he said like, "And I know you're real." I just found that so funny.
My two are the Quicksilver scene in the bar. I know it's a reference. I know it's like they had to do it in a Sonic movie.
I thought they did that like with the table tennis.
No, I mean like the scene at the bar.
No, I know, but I'm saying that also when he's playing table tennis with himself, that's also a Quicksilver's
Oh
reference.
yeah, yeah, that is a Quicksilver reference. But the one that's iconic that everyone remembers is the one from Days of Future Past.
But that's the same one.
I thought that no, in X Men, you're thinking of
He
X Men
played
Apocalypse, I think.
no, because Days of Future Past, Logan says like when I remember him, he wasn't so young. That's when he's playing table tennis.
Oh, okay. Well, what else is there? My other favorite scene is Dr. Robotnik working on the quill. And the room starts dancing with the dinosaur and skiing.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, honestly, they could not have picked a better pick for Dr. Eggman besides Jim Carrey because he just embraces the role so wholeheartedly.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the Dr. Eggman. Let's go to our quotes though.
Okay.
I only have one.
Ah, my babies. Ooh, look what came out of my egg sack.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Is it also weird that they kind of resemble eggs, and that's the whole point of Robotnik, that he's supposed to be the Eggman?
That's the point. All right, so let's go into our notes. Let's go talk about the product placement, Sergio, because that was one big thing that bugged me when I first saw it too.
Yeah, you said a lot about the Olive Garden one.
Not only the Olive Garden one, maybe because they're so blatant. That's why. Because with not only Olive Garden, they got an ad for Zillow in here. With the flat out, even with the girlfriend saying,
Hey, what are those?
Apartments for rent I found on Zillow.
and Olive Garden twice.
The only apps on my phone are the ones that came with in the Olive Garden.
Ah, because when you're there.
Your family.
A token of appreciation from your government.
Olive Garden.
Have you tried their never-ending pasta bowl? It never ends.
And Sonic's new shoes. That's even another product placement.
Is that product placement?
Yes, because they're Pumas.
They are?
Yeah, I know.
Didn't see the logo.
Oh yeah, I was on the orange strip on the top of the shoe.
Orange strip?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
Oh, that's so small though.
It's not that small. I just have a smaller screen.
It's so tiny.
You're so tiny.
And
she
did they actually make these shoes? Like, did they actually try to sell them?
I'm not sure. More than likely, I know they definitely have some Sonic shoes that came out, but I don't think it was for this movie though. I think it was just because of like the anniversary of the game.
Oh, okay.
What else do you have? Any else, Sergio?
Let's see. It was surprising like how much detail they actually gave into the Sonic lore, such as Long Claw actually raising Sonic can't swim, and the fact is that
they added that. They didn't add that. That's always been in the games.
Oh yeah, he is in the Sonic lore that he cannot swim. He hates water.
Yeah, and he also uses like his air bubbles in the water to stay have air in the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's surprising that they actually added that into the movie.
That's the thing about these movies. Like every one of these movies has more and more stuff from the lore that they bring in and references, and it's like, wow, they pay a lot of detail into this and know what the fans want to see, and it's honestly kind of cool. I'm not even a big Sonic fan, but I do know a lot about it. I know more about the Genesis and Sega Genesis and all these consoles, but not really mainly Sonic. But I know the shit that they're showing here because I played the games, and I'm just a general moviegoer and general gamer. So if I'm catching up on these details, what am I missing? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I also want to say that it's not really a note, but more like a thought watching this movie. I couldn't stop thinking of, wow, this movie really feels like a Nickelodeon a movie you will see on Nickelodeon. Not like a Nickelodeon original movie, but the type of humor you would watch, like the type of movie you would see on Saturday mornings on Nickelodeon.
I think that's the whole vibe they were trying to go for. Because the fact is, like we said before, they're trying to aim this towards kids.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, what other? I don't know. It just feels so not of this world, but in a unique way, but not in a not in a dumb way. Does that make any sense? Like they go into a bar where Sonic is hiding in, and they're like,
Can we help you?
We don't like your kind around here.
Our kind? What kind is that?
Hipsters.
like it's like a very cartoonish version of this world, and I think it's really funny. I don't know about the third one because it seemed like they have more of a quote unquote serious tone with the third one with Shadow in it. But I remember in the second movie, there's a scene where they're in another bar, like I think in Russia. The lady that chops the fish head rolls to the front of the bar, and the disembodied head says,
Run.
like, like I'm like, what the fuck? Like this is some SpongeBob SquarePants movie type humor.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I like that or I just think it's really funny. I can't tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess that, like I said before, like I already said before, this is the type of vibe I'm getting from the movie. They're trying to aim it towards kids, but they do try to be smart with the humor.
Sometimes, but sometimes they would just be stupid.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're trying to be like the SpongeBob movies where it advertises towards kids, yet everyone enjoys them. So they try to be smart with the humor, even though they're trying to copy the same humor that Nickelodeon does.
Right. Let's go to our ratings. I'll give this movie 3.5 stars. I initially was going to give it 3, but I gave it another half because of Jim Carrey's performance. Honestly, every other line he made was cracking me up.
Yeah.
What about you, Sergio?
I would also give it a 3.
Well, you gave it less than I did.
Yeah. Mostly because Jim Carrey is the best thing about this movie. And considering what the Sonic would have looked like before, his redesign is a big improvement. And there are some jokes that I do like. But overall, like I said, this movie just feels like it's meant more for kids rather than just any like fans of the franchise.
Yeah. What people wanted more from a Sonic movie, funny enough, is in a sequel. And the funny thing about that is usually sequels are the ones that people are afraid the first one will be like. But then when they find out the first movie is really good. But in the case of Sonic and Mission Impossible and other like spin-off movies, like sequel movies, sometimes the sequels just get better at each one.
Yeah.
All right. I can't wait to talk about Sonic 2 because I got some things to say about that too. I'm Chance.
I'm Sergio.
Have a cinematic day.